Welcome back again, guys, from Tampa Bay on this beautiful 86-degree early May day. It's funny because some of my friends are posting pictures of snow from around the world and even up north here in the U.S. Absolutely crazy into May. So I'm enjoying it. I'm just going out for a quick little relaxing ride and to get some gas, and that dude has 1 out of 3 brake lights. Not uncommon around here. Florida has no kind of inspection, and the cops do not care at all about the conditions of cars. You can be in front or in back of a cop with no brake lights and 1 headlight, and nothing happens. It's very strange to those of us from up north. Up north, you go 2 blocks with 1 headlight. You're getting, about 5 cops pulling you over. It's just the way it works. So what's been going on? Well, I had See, I'm talking, and I wanted to leave the signal on. This has been a very eventful weekend. I had a legitimate viral video, first one ever, first one even remotely close to these kinds of levels, and it was on my cigar channel. However, just by matter of byproduct connection, I had about a 10% subscriber boost over the same time period to TwoWheelObsession. So welcome to all of you that have joined because of that. It happened really as a perfect storm of events. I had multiple things going on, and this happened on a Friday, Saturday, and even into a Sunday on a weekend. It was a video about opening a fake Cuban cigar, a particularly nasty one, although not unusual. It wasn't a brand new video. It had been up over a month. Certainly not my only one. I've got dozens of them. Not sure exactly why that particular one got picked up or exactly who did it, but I'm very grateful they did. They posted it, and I think it originally got posted into the R Videos subreddit of reddit.com. And there was, for about 3 hours, a real big traffic boost, about 10 times normal. Well then, this was on a Friday afternoon, it made it to the front page of Reddit itself, which I don't think there is a better place to be for exposure, for a video, or anything like that. I mean, that is like winning the lottery back to back if you make it to the front page of Reddit. And it stayed there almost 8 hours during prime time. Oh my God. It had, on day one, 500,000 views. I mean, for a cigar video, that is just astronomical. 100,000 views is insanely great. This had over 500,000 views the first day. Normal videos about, say, anything with boobs in it, I mean, you're talking millions of views. But a cigar video, you got to lower your expectations, man. That's just the way it is. But it just blew the doors off of absolutely anything anybody had ever seen. There's never been a cigar-related video from anybody that was even in the ballpark. Now, I've got a video that has a lot more views. My How to Smoke a Cigar video, it's the #1 in the world, and it's been that way for a couple years now. It's got about 1.3 million views, but it took years to get there. I'm talking in a day, 24 hours. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just riding. So that happened, and then it started spreading. First of all, I'll go over some metrics with you because I know there's a lot of people curious as to exactly what happens, and I was curious too. I was loving the data as it was coming in and just correlating what happens with what and what's good and what's not, and I mean, lots of stuff. I'm still processing it. It's Monday evening as I'm recording this. So it dropped off of Reddit, just off of page 1, okay? It was still on page 2, but it was like a switch through. Bam! It was done. It was just amazing how, relatively speaking, nobody looks at page 2. You're talking one click away. It was still there for a couple days on page 2 and page 3 as it just trickled down in popularity. Dead. I mean, you saw that the traffic went from a background level to BAM! And then BAM! That was all Reddit. So then, somehow I made it onto a Canadian morning show, and I'm still waiting for the replay video to go up. It's in French, I know that. So I'm going to have to translate or brush up on my French. So I'm not exactly sure what was said. It was a live show. I had some viewers tell me about it, but they didn't record it, so I can't, give any details. So that happened at the same time. Then it spread around to just a ton of other viral sites and sites that just repost popular videos and things like that. I mean, I'm talking a couple dozen all over the place. I mean, big names, lots of little names I'd never even heard of. It was on the front page of this stuff. It was on the front page of eBaum's World, which is an older school kind of aggregate site, kind of like Reddit is now, but it's geared just towards videos. And it was up there as a featured prominent video for a couple days. Now, here's the interesting stuff. The data, the traffic, the views from Reddit was approximately 200 times more than everything else combined. I'm not joking. It was like comparing a marble to a bowling ball. Just wasn't even close. So if you're a marketing company, if you're a marketer, if you're a company wanting to get your stuff out there, Reddit is what you need. I'm talking the front page of Reddit, nothing else. Reddit is pretty much the only thing you're going to care about if you're going after a younger market. It is definitely a younger, very mobile, active market. Now going into that, here's some other interesting data. A lot of people want to know, oh man, well, how much did you make? That's the downside. Not much is the short answer. Certainly well below the CPM of normal viewership. And it turns out that not only do a lot of Redditors use ad blocking software, but they also use a Reddit app. And the bottom line is my ads were not shown worth a squat to the Redditors. So while it was great for exposure, I'm not complaining at all. There's nothing to complain about here. Great for exposure. It was really awesome for subscribers, which is what I'm primarily concerned with. The views, the income, that's just gravy. It's the extra subscribers coming in that I'm really excited about. I made over 5,500 subscribers so far just since Friday, just extra from this viral weekend. That is just over 10% of my entire subscriber base in 48 hours. That's just insane. Now the other funny stuff is right before this happened, I had been approaching 50,000 subscribers. I was at low 49s, and I was averaging about 65 a day, according to Social Blade. And this is before any of this hit. So I had a contest planned, and it was supposed to go up in about a week from now. And I was correlating with a shop, and I was going to have them be the sponsor, and they were giving away some cigars, right? So all of this hits overnight. I wake up, I'm a night owl, I go to bed 4 or 5 o'clock. I woke up at like 11, and it had been going on for a couple hours. I saw the traffic, and it took me a little while to figure out what the heck was going on, because I woke up to hundreds of email notifications about YouTube comments, and finally a couple people in there said, hi from Reddit or something like that. And I'm like, oh my God. So, I figured out what was going on, and I immediately contacted the store, and it was just horrible timing. The owner was in the middle of a huge cigar fest. He was out of town. Their webmaster was working away from the office that day. This was a Saturday, remember? In the middle of all of this going viral. And I'm like, dude, you have to get this going. I was waiting on them for pictures, and they had to put up a landing page for the contest. And then I could put up the contest. But remember, this is a week early. I'm like, dude, the iron is hot. I'm not kidding. Do what you got to do. You know, there's a saying about me. I don't bullshit. And now that all this is over, they are extremely thankful. They've told me that. Extremely thankful. And I was hustling on them. They lost about 2 hours. So, I mean, they did even lose some exposure, but still we got a good 90% of it because they hustled. The webmaster went into work, got me what he needed to do, and we had the contest running in late afternoon, a week early, because I had already blown past 50,000, and by the time I had gotten their pictures and put up the contest, I was already at 51. They were pouring in. I got thousands of subscribers in one day, and then they kept coming in. It's still at an elevated level now. It's completely off all the viral sites. Still loving this clutch, by the way. It's almost like it's not there. It's really weird. But I'm still getting subscribers coming in at an elevated rate. It's only about 3 times normal. I'm still waiting for it to peter down. I have no aspirations that it's going to continue at this level. It will come down back to normal, somewhere between 50 and 100 a day. It's still on the rise, but it would be cool if it stayed somewhat high. I would take a nice doubling boost. And here's why that's even a possibility. The YouTube algorithm, which is what controls how your channel is internally promoted by YouTube itself. When you view videos on YouTube, you see things on the side for example, other videos to watch next. Some will say suggested to you, some will say recommended by YouTube, that kind of thing. That's all based on what's called the YouTube algorithm. There are a ton of variables about it, way too many to go into details here, and frankly, I'm not spilling the beans on all of them. It's something it takes a lot of putting in the groundwork to figure it all out and, you know, paying your dues. Let me put it that way. But the bottom line is, there are certain triggers for getting promoted internally by YouTube. And having a video go viral like that is a biggie. It is a real biggie. So there is a possibility that YouTube will start promoting the channel all on its own now, even though it's gone from all the viral sites. We'll have to see. It can take a couple weeks for that data to be clear. So much smoother on the downshift. I mean, I never popped the clutch before. I would always do a nice feathering, but even feathering the clutch, it's smoother. You're gonna have to get used to it. I don't have to do anything different. I'm riding exactly the same. It just feels different. Taking off, somebody had asked, how's acceleration, how's engine braking? Absolutely identical. There's nothing different except the initial engagement of the clutch. Everything else is exactly the same. You don't have to worry about that. I think they were wondering if, you give it too much gas, is it going to slip that way? No, it doesn't work that way. Not at all. So we'll see in a couple weeks what exactly happens all on its own. It would be really cool if I do get a permanent boost, and it would be even cooler if it really starts promoting, because after that happens, it starts going up really fast like that long term. And there are some large channels out there, even one of, if not the biggest motovlogger out there, got his start like that. He actually engineered, this is very hard to do, I give him kudos for it, he engineered a viral video. He did a fake cop chase with his buddy that's a cop. So of course, with the right keywords in there and the nature of the video, it went viral. And he was smart enough to capitalize on that traffic, on that boost, and kept things going. And that's what you have to do. I know another one, another channel, not a motovlogger, but another, still a very big channel that had that happen. She had a video go viral. She didn't capitalize on it. She was arrogant enough to think that it was all her own doing, and she did nothing. She kept on doing exactly what she was doing, there are certain things you have to do to ramp things up to keep it going. And if you don't strike while the iron's hot, you'll lose it. Well, she lost it. She had a really nice boost by YouTube for about a month, and then it crashed. And she lost everything. I mean, the stuff went right back down to the levels before she was being internally promoted. And what's really hilarious was, before she crashed, she was so smug about how she had done everything, and oh, she was just the expert on everything. And then it crashed. Oh man, she shut up real quick, had no explanations. And of course, some of us knew exactly what was going on. Whatever. You reap what you sow, man. So anyway, that's it. I'll wait to get some gas. I got nothing here. I was thinking I was on empty, but that was the car, I guess. I knew one of them was. Or maybe it's the bobber. I don't remember. Been going back and forth. Time to get some dinner. I got a whole bunch of videos already done in the bag, waiting. I have weeks of videos queued up, all kinds of stuff. I've got videos from the Leesburg Bikefest. I've got shop videos. I've got a couple vlogs. Whole bunch of stuff. And I don't remember if I announced it on here, but I struck a deal with Allstate Insurance, and they want me to do some promo videos for them. We're in negotiations right now. We have to work through their legal department to kind of get the rough script approved. It's more of a bullet list of what the video is going to include kind of thing. And they have a lot of directives and limitations and guidelines. I mean, everything from colors in the videos and making sure you don't have logos showing in the videos, like this, if that FJR was too prominent. I mean, all kinds of stuff. Big document filled with stuff I have to go through. But I should have at least one, and they said if that one goes very well, which I have no doubt it will, they will contract for some regular ones, maybe once a month. So I think that would be very cool. But I don't have a timeline on that. I sent them the last script bullet list revision a couple weeks ago, but corporations take a long time to work, so that's nothing unusual. If I don't hear anything in a couple more weeks, that would be a little unusual, but we'll see. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. And we'll see you next time.